Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live from HCCTV studios this morning. Good to have you with us. And we've got a good show coming your way in the next half hour, your HCC news, information, and announcements. My co-host this morning, Montrose Cunningham, who is the Northwest HCC Northwest College. He's with them as their community outreach coordinator. Good to see you, Montrose.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You guys are kind of busy right now. I know y'all just returned from spring break. Busy on your campuses out there?
Yes, we are. My body is here, but my mind is still on spring break. I don't
Yeah, I
know
know
why.
it's going to take a little while to catch up. It's never easy right after spring break. Well, we
Yes,
want to thank everyone watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here just about every morning, Monday through Friday, when HCC is in session, live at 10 a.m. But Montrose, they can catch us anytime in social media and on HCC TV.
that's right. Like you said, we're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and LinkedIn, and on HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
All right, let's get to today's show. We've got a special guest, our chief of police here at HCC TV. Easter's around the corner, and not to mention we have a solar eclipse, and there's some things you need to watch out for that. Chief Timothy Ramirez joins me right now. Chief, always good to see you.
Hey, howdy, everybody.
We're looking forward to talking to you soon. Montrose will be with you in about 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
All right, but first up, we've got one of our co-hosts here on Up to the Minute. She's going to be talking about an upcoming international event with HCC. Dr. Rima Adil is the Dean of Student Success for HCC's Northwest College and President of the United Nations Association. Good morning, Rima. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Now, I believe you've had this event for a few years in a row, and I think a couple of years I worked with you on it, and you brought in a special guest. Tell us, first off, we're going to talk about the upcoming event, but tell us a bit about the United Nations Association and what's your mission?
So, United Nations Association, we are very fortunate to actually have this association active in Houston because it does allow a lot of opportunities for everyone. And United Nations Association is operating since 1960s in Houston. They're non-for-profit, non-partisan, and it's an all-volunteer board. And basically, our mission is to building the understanding of and support the ideals and work of the United Nations among Houstonians. So it's just advocacy. Whatever it is, the goals they have set for us, we try to get the word out.
What are some of the global goals that are relevant here in Houston?
So there were in 2015, global leaders came together and they put 17 global goals. And out of those 17 global goals, they range from cost of living to conflict worldwide, climate crisis such as floods, heat waves, wildfires. Some of my favorite ones are no poverty, zero hunger, quality education, reduce inequality, and some of the other ones like industry, innovation, and infrastructure, affordable and clean energy. Pretty much there is something for everyone. If you have a passion, then you can join the organization and fly high from there, make a difference as much as you want.
What is the event coming up this weekend? Tell us about that.
So it's on March 23rd. The event that is coming up is the Model UN Conference. And actually it is this part we have recently created. This is our first year. We are partnering with the World Affairs Council. And I know HCC has been very generous. We have been partnering for last 2-3 years. Obviously, it is directly aligned. The mission is directly aligned with for the students. So we have been hosting this conference. But there are about 17 different schools participating. And we try to unlike other model UN programs, we want to make sure that we provide opportunities to underserved students, and we have been very, very intentional about it. So most of our schools, they are selected very carefully, and those students or those schools who want to participate, they're also participating. So that's how we are able to land on 17 different schools. So this Saturday, the conference coming up, students will have opportunity. They are leading the conference. They put the agendas together, doing everything. So it's just wonderful opportunity.
What will the students actually be doing? You said they're leading. Are they going to be having are they going to have discussions? Is it going to model what the UN does with their meetings? How is it going to work?
Yes, it's more of a secretarial that they have created. All the students who are, not all, there is a leader students who are leading the other students into it. So yes, they have kind of set aside different countries, and they'll be discussing about those countries in the breakout sessions. For the main session, we have the speakers, diplomats coming. So it will be a great event.
I would imagine this year, every year is important, but this year we've got so much going on worldwide with two major conflicts that are happening. Do you expect those topics to come up for the students to discuss?
This is a very good question. And the major conflicts that are going on. So this year, there hasn't been a gathering where I have been to, where people are not talking about it.
Yeah.
Including the United Nations Leaders Gathering February. We were there and there was a lot of discussion. So I'm sure, I don't think it hurts to discuss. The more we talk about it, the closer we get to the solution.
Right.
It's about, resolution, and primarily it's about human rights. That's why people are talking about it.
Are HCC students participating in this event?
Yes, HCC students are some of the leading ones, among others. They are participating. Everyone who have signed up, our student government, our student ambassadors, they are assisting with the conference.
I know, what can you tell us about the upcoming event, Dialogue with Diplomats?
So Dialogue with Diplomats is also a very important event that provides opportunities for students to learn. So we have been hosting it at Houston with the partnership with the Houston Community College, and this event goes very, very well, open to HCC students, HCC faculty and staff, but it is also open to the community who shows interest. We are still planning the details of it, but we are bringing a panel of consul generals, and we are going to be talking about the peace.
Right.
Peace, yeah.
Once again, the event this weekend, give us all the details. I know it's at the West Houston Institute. What's the time, and how can other ISDs get involved with this?
So other ISDs can get involved, or even if it's students, a lot of the time students ask us, I want to join, how can I join? So there are the two student bodies that we deal with, the K through 12. Those students, they have to have a sponsor from the school in order for them to participate in the activity. So we do tell them to get someone from the school, and that's how you can participate in activities. At Houston Community College, we have actually launched the UN chapter of for HCC students, but this was currently, we just need to get it activated and recruit some students in there, but there is opportunity. Same thing, we had an active chapter with UHD. So university and college students, they can participate. The good thing is that the membership for all the students is free under the age of 25. So if they want to join on their own, there are tons of initiative. As I mentioned previously, the goals that are going on, they can really, nobody has to wait. They can start if they have a passion. They can just join and start and be part of the organization and make a difference.
Dr. Rima Adil, she's the Dean of HCC Northwest College Student Success. Good to see you again, Rima. We look forward to the event this weekend, and we'll have all the information on the event in our social media post after the show.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Todd.
All right, take care. All right, we're going to turn things over to you, Montrose. And, we got Easter coming up, an eclipse. What do we need to know about that?
All right. Well, we're going to find out from our HCC Chief of Police, Chief Timothy Ramirez. Good morning, Chief. Welcome back to the show.
Howdy, everybody. How's everybody doing?
All right. So we've got Easter coming up. And, of course, we want to stay safe throughout every holiday. So let's start with some general Easter safety tips. Any suggestions that you have for us?
Oh, yes, sir. So one of the main things is that when you go get your Easter eggs, those Easter eggs that you're getting, the Easter eggs that you're getting from the store, you just need to make sure that you check your eggs, that they're not cracked when you purchase them. Because when you're going to take those eggs and boil them, if they're cracked, that's going to be a problem when you're putting them into the basket, and
right,
you're not going to have a great time with that. So just please be mindful that when you go to the shop, to the grocery store, and you get those eggs, just make sure that they're cracked at all. In addition to that, you want to make sure that if you're going to use those eggs, instead of going out and getting the real eggs and boiling them, you can easily go get the plastic eggs.
Mm-hmm.
This way you don't have wash your hands while you're doing those eggs, and you'll be okay with the egg safety. That's just mindful little tips that people, they get excited and just forget about. So that with your eggs, that's one of the main things to do when you're doing your Easter egg hunts. A lot of kids, they tend to just go out and go crazy when they're doing those Easter egg hunts. But for the ones that are putting on the event, you want to make sure that you're putting those eggs in places where you can have them and keep them away from danger hazards like electrical outlets, glass areas, open sockets, things that'll be a hazardous to little bitty hands. You just want to be careful that wherever you're putting those, find them and it'll be easy accessible for them. Right. So it's just very important that when you're doing that you place those eggs where where the kids can actually find them. And if you're having divisions, where the small children and the larger kids or ages, kind of want to keep them separated, because they'll just, I'm a little guy, so when I would get run over during Easter egg hunts. Right. So you just need to be mindful of, where those kids are at.
Right. Yeah, I noticed, over the years, of course, people have moved away from using real eggs in Easter egg hunts to using the plastic eggs. And also, one of the things also I think that you have to be mindful of, kind of like on Halloween, is when you get that candy that's inside those eggs, make sure you check that out and, make sure they're wrapped and things like that.
Yeah.
And then, we also have a lot of times people will for Easter, we have bunnies and baby chicks and things like that. But yeah, we also have to not forget about how animals can be involved in the safety process as well.
Yeah. So with the animal, important things is that you got to remember the animals carry bacteria. So and also they grow up.
Exactly.
It's very important, if you're going to have animals that somebody's watching their children, there's stuff to cleanse their hands, that they're not sticking their hands in their mouths when they're touching the animals. So like I know some during Easter like they have these little petting zoos, but it's very important to have somebody watching so that the children are actually cleansing their hands as they're touching the animals. It's not very safe, and sometimes some of the children will take the stuff that they found in their eggs and give them to the animals, and that's not a very good idea either.
Right. Whatever. And I know, as you were alluding to earlier, even in the kitchen, you got to remember that you're dealing with, like you said, bacteria and stuff like that. So you have to also be mindful of that when you're preparing for Easter egg hunts and just preparing for Easter in general. And then in addition to Easter, we've got that total eclipse coming up.
Yes, sir.
So what are some do's and don'ts for that?
So you got the solar eclipse coming April the 8th, and it's very important that you put on your glasses. So these are official regulations, and the most important thing is that when you get these glasses, on the back it'll have the indication stamp mark stating that they are official to use. And it's important that if you can see through these things right now, then you got the wrong ones. A lot of yes, so you can't see through these at all. So the most important thing is that what's been happening is that there's been some places like at gas stations been selling these counterfeit eyeglassware. That's just important that when you get those glasses, that they are stamped with the with that seal on the back stating that they're for official use.
Okay,
You
yeah,
don't want to burn out your retinas.
I haven't seen those anywhere before. Where are some places that you can get them, the official ones?
So these I happen to get these at the zoo. I went down for a University of Houston alumni thing, and they were giving those. So it's and so you can. I think you can also order those online.
Order them online, I'm sure.
I believe I saw some at HEB. I think I saw some at HEB.
Huh.
But
Okay, my favorite store. Well, they have everything. So
yeah, yeah. So those some do things, some don't things is obviously don't look at it directly into the sun.
yeah, I was just about to say that when I was growing up, we had to be very creative about how we looked at an eclipse. But now, obviously, in addition with having special glasses and things like that, I'm sure that there's always stuff that's streaming that you can watch it on. You can watch it on YouTube.
Correct.
Things like that. So,
correct.
All right.
We're not going to be in the totality here in Houston, but if you go up towards Austin, Dallas, Waco, you'll be right in that mark.
Right. And I know, like, a lot of times people in towns, especially smaller towns, kind of like to get together and watch the eclipse together.
Yes.
Again, they need to be mindful of some of those safety tips as well.
Hey, Chief, just wanted to ask, I know with this eclipse coming up, in some of these towns, there's been some concern. And I know in Oklahoma, they brought in the National Guard just to put them on standby. Is the concern that thousands are going to be flooding these smaller towns in the path of totality, and that the services there just cannot provide for all these people because they're normally just smaller towns?
And so, yeah, what's happening is, it's affecting their e-commerce there because of the, there's no hotels, there's no gas, no food. So they're coming in and just wiping them all out. And a lot of people are choosing the option to go on off the beaten path areas because, Dallas and San Antonio and Austin, they're all going to be, crowded. So a lot of them are going out to small towns.
You don't expect an influx of people here, though, in the Houston area, do you? Because it doesn't appear that we're in the path of totality. Does that make all the difference?
But I didn't catch it, Todd.
I said, you don't expect, though, here in Houston that we're going to have an influx of people coming to view the eclipse because we're not in that path of totality?
And so, here in Houston, like I said, you're only going to get the a crescent. So I don't think there's going to be a large influx of people here.
So the main thing, though, is just be prepared, as we may be seeing more visitors to Texas than usual around that time, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Chief, we appreciate you being on the show today. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.
All right. Take care. All right, Montrose, we got a few announcements to go through. One of them happening today, in fact, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, is our free haircuts days. That's right. The barber program is offering free haircuts on Tuesdays and Wednesday at HCC Central College, and Cosmetology on Tuesdays at Eastside and Northline. The free haircuts happen from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesday at Central, as I mentioned. And then cosmetology services, that's more expansive. That happens from 9 a.m. to noon on Tuesdays at Eastside and Northline campus. So keep that in mind. We'll have all the information in our post after the show. And we've also got a master class happening. I believe it's out there at your college.
That's right. It's Campus Beats 7. It's a master class with Latoria Lemon. HCC Music, Business, and Mesa will present another Campus Beats featuring senior publicist and owner at Lemon Lime Light Media. Say that fast 3 times. Tuesday, March 26th, the Q&A is from noon to 1:30 p.m. and then the lecture is at 2, and that will be at our Performing Arts Center at the Spring Branch campus, and we'll have more information about that in the post after the show.
We've got a graduation cover contest. Now, we've done this for several years here at HCC, where we have our students actually submit designs for the cover of the program that will be at the next commencement. In fact, little known fact, one of the students several years ago submitted a cover, and he actually wound up working for the communications department for several years. So, it leads to big things. And the submissions are due by 5 p.m. Friday, April 19th. The 2 winners will not only get their artwork published in the programs and promotional material, but also get the opportunity to win a brand new iPad. So check that out. We'll have some information, the rules and requirements in our social media post after the show. And we've got a faculty art exhibition. They happen across the district, Montrose. This one's at the West Loop.
That's right. It's called Avoid Highways. And actually, when I saw that, I just was like, yeah, that's very good advice if you're in the Houston area. This
good luck with it, though, right?
exhibition called Avoid Highways features the work of John Forsay. That's Monday, March 25th through May 1st. And the artist reception is April 3rd from 1 to 3 p.m. And that's at the HCC West Loop Gallery. It's free. No registration is necessary. So just show up and enjoy the art. And you can check out our post after the show for info.
Eagle Promise Program. Well, eligible students have until September 30th to apply for the Eagle Promise Program. It grants, if grants and scholarships don't cover the cost of a degree or certificate at HCC, the Eagle Promise dollars will. This includes tuition fees and a book allowance of up to $500 each semester. How do you qualify for this? Check our post after the show, and it'll have all the information where you can go look for it. And then we've also got, believe it or not, you can still take some classes before the spring semester is up, but you need to register now.
That's right. Smaller spring classes are still available. HCC's more intensive courses are still available, like all of HCC's courses. They are offered in a variety of many options. We have our online anytime, which is no established class meeting times unless listed, the online on a schedule, which the meeting time is set and course meets online, hybrid lecture class, partially face-to-face, partially virtual, in person, of course, the good old school face-to-face courses with traditional meeting patterns at various campus locations, and then hybrid lab with laboratory and studio courses. And to learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
Okay, tomorrow, Sharday will be in hosting the show, and it's Thursday Family Fun Day and National Women's History Month. We'll visit with some of the performers from the upcoming American Women Composers Recital. And one of our favorite HCC librarians is here to talk about HCC's Earth Day plans. All that and more tomorrow. Make sure you join us. Montrose, thanks for being in today.
All right, thanks for having me.
And we'll talk to you guys again tomorrow morning. We're live 10 a.m. with Up to the Minute.
All right.